Hey! This is JJ and Alex.
I made a name for myself, I told you I won't be denied.
As you wrap up your day, it's time to get your fix of the teams you live for and the sports you love. This is JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome on to the program. JJ and Alex, 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone. Thanks for being with us today on the program. Alex Kirry, Jeremiah Jensen, our producer, Alex Annapolis. What's going on, JJ? Everything good?
Everything's great.
It's a Tuesday. We're already...
My hope is that I come here today and I bring a better effort than Chris Jones did on the game-winning play last night on Monday Night Football.
You have to look it up. You have to look it up. We talked about it right before the show.
That's the only thing I promise today, Annapolis, is I will bring better effort than Chris Jones did last night.
That's actually not saying much.
But bar's low.
Go look it up. I mean, it is... Yeah! It is insane. I hope to hear that guy today, all right? It's really insane. You watch it. So, if you're a Chiefs fan, which we have a couple that we work with, and I don't want to call out Rusty specifically because I know you kick a team while they're losing, kick a team while they're down, and you're down if you're losing to the Jaguars. No
Jaguar slander today.
No, you're right.
No Jaguar slander today. They're 4-1.
And you know what?
That's a good football team. Devin Lloyd is an All-Pro.
Yeah. And they are the
Utah fans flexing on Twitter that he's the best linebacker in the NFL.
Oh, 1,000%. Like, you go AFC Defensive Player of the Month. Okay, that by itself shows you your problem. That's not winning it for a half a game. That's a whole month of doing work, right? And then you follow that up with the very first game after winning AFC Defensive Player of the Month by a pick six on Patrick Mahomes, nay, a 99-yard pick six.
Longest in franchise history.
Has to be. And I will just say, like, I watched the whole thing a million times. He absolutely baited Patrick Mahomes into doing exactly what he wanted, which is throw it straight to him. He wasn't like, oh, right place, right time, right place. I just got lucky. No. It was, I studied the heck out of some film, and I made you pay. I knew what I saw. Because I watched it on film a million times, and I freaking owned that thing. So congrats to Devin Lloyd.
You 4 straight games with a takeaway.
And you know what? Kudos to the Jaguars. You know why? Because they went, I think we can squeeze the bet. I think we can make this guy a better player, and we'll get him paid all at the same time. Because you think they're going to be willing to pay this guy now in restricted free agency? Absolutely. They're going to up the heck out of this guy. And they'll be happy to do it if he is legitimately the best or one of the 5 best linebackers in the entire league, which he's become. Just in a year. Like, that guy went into the lab in the offseason. Kids, take notes. You have Devin Lloyd and you have Chris Jones. Chris Jones walked on the final play when Trevor Lawrence fell twice. Chris Jones could have just walked across and fallen on him the second time, right? No one was blocking him because they didn't know what was going on either because their quarterback's on the ground. Anyway.
By the way, he's going to be a free agent at the end of this season.
That's what I'm saying.
Devin Lloyd is getting paid.
Yeah, and they'll pay him. They'll be happy to if he's one of the best.
If they won't, somebody else will.
And then they'll be in a bad spot. Because what's going to happen? Checks notes. Indianapolis Colts in your same division end up getting him, and then suddenly they have the best defense and the best offense. Daniel Jones and Devin Lloyd take you to the promised land. They go to the Super Bowl 2027. That's a little ahead of myself, but you see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That can happen. Daniel Jones, that's comeback player of the year right there, right?
There's no question at this point through the first month of the season that Daniel Jones, leading the Colts to a 4-1 start, is the comeback player of the year in the sense of the fact that we thought his career was going to be over.
Yeah.
This is like Baker Mayfield type resurgence. And it turns out, instead of them being the problem, it's just the organizations they were playing for.
Or, yeah, exactly, 100%. 100%. And in the case of Daniel Jones, I don't know if he suddenly got, like, I don't think people look and they say, oh, it's because he needed a quarterback whisperer. I think you got to be out of New York, unfortunately. That's the theme that we're finding here. Well, and not just that. New York, organizations that are absolute dumpster fires, like the Carolina Panthers. You would have thought that what's his name, Frank Reich would have been a quarterback whisperer. They assumed he was, right? So
apparently not.
Getting way ahead of ourselves here. All right, we got lots going on in the program. Welcome to the show. And as we get going here tomorrow, by the way, by way of announcement, we are going to be out. No, not out. We're going to be here doing our hockey roundtable. And we're going to be going hockey roundtable. We're going to have Cole Bagley from Denver. We're going to have Bear Tourney on the program, the coach of the Utah Mammoth. We are going to break down everything for you for this season to get you ready for the Utah Mammoth, okay? That's the the last 2 hours of the show tomorrow on this very program. So you don't want to miss any of that. But you know what that means? We got to get a lot of college football talk in. We got to get a lot of breakdowns across the world of college football as well. So let's jump in here. We got tons to go on the show here. Let's get it right now with the cut, top of the hour, top of the program. Let's do it.
It's time for the biggest story of the day. This is what made the cut with JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Trajan Wealth brings you this portion of the program. If you need some help in your retirement, all you have to do from the financial standpoint is get yourself going with the folks at Trajan Wealth. Did Gannon hit the running back?
Didn't hit him, but that was a very intense confrontation for sure.
You know what's weird?
I can't imagine how you're an NFL coach and your job's in the line, and you just had the biggest collapse in your franchise's history, a franchise that has a horrific history.
Yeah.
You're probably upset too because somebody just didn't finish a play.
Well, and Gannon is a guy who is going to get fired in 2 seconds anyway. So
Probably.
He's walking over there. And he's going, you just basically stole my career from me by that stupidity you just pulled. What was hard was when he did it, he's got these team leaders around him, putting their arm around him, going, hey, kid, man, head up. Actually, don't put your head up because the coach is coming at you. Put your head down real quick.
Yeah, you might want to run and hide here.
His poor offensive line is there trying to be, and his assistants are like, get the heck out of here, dude. Jeez. It was very weird exchange. I'm only saying that because it's happening right now in front of us on TV, but I know a lot of people are trying to figure out what to think about that whole thing. And
there's a life lesson there for all of us.
Which is?
Always finish what you start.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about don't
never take anything for granted. You think you've made it. You think you're there. You think you're the man, or you think you're the woman, and all of a sudden somebody knocks you down a peg, and that's what life can do to you. So always finish. Never take anything for granted. Even on an 87-yard touchdown run that was inches short, it turned out.
And again, go back to Chris Jones's effort last night in the last play of the game.
Exactly.
The same thing.
Always finish.
Do not be that guy.
Even the best in the world struggle with that.
All right. I mentioned Trajan Wealth. Yes, Trajan Wealth, TRAJAN Wealth.com. All right. First things first here. You know, on Tuesdays, we get ready to do this First and 12 program on KSL, Mitch Harper and I. And talking about the Big 12 and kind of just where things are, I was looking across kind of the schedule of games, and I wonder where the opportunities are. And this was just a thought that I had separate of kind of some of the things that we've been talking about before, but I couldn't help but think that we talk so much about this conference and how difficult it is. And frankly, week to week, we don't know what the results are going to be. Like Cincinnati has turned out to be some crazy, but we don't know also. I mean, we're only 5 games in, right?
Yeah.
We just finished week 6.
Last year taught us, never take anything for granted in this conference. Anything can happen. Anything's possible.
And that also, in a weird way, the irony of that is, man, what great football you tend to get week to week, and really a coin toss of a lot of talent across the league, and it's actually spread out pretty good. But that is actually a terrible thing. We talk about this all the time. At Big 12 Media Day, we walk away from that thing, and I think at the very end of the day, you and I are sitting down, and we're having like our last 2 or 3 segments, and it was like this. Yeah, but who's the superstar in this conference from a team standpoint? Who's that? And I hate the term bell cow because it just sounds so stupid. Who is that team that is going to just be the absolute, like, everybody else looks up to this team forever? And I say forever until they take themselves out of the conversation. Nobody else is just going to show up suddenly and beat them. They are the Alabamas and the Georgias, right?
In the old Big 12, who was it?
It was Texas and Oklahoma.
Doesn't mean they always finish first.
Oh, it was really Oklahoma. It was really Oklahoma for
Doesn't mean they always finish first.
Sure.
Well, everyone thought it was going to be Texas every year and gave them the benefit of the doubt. But even Texas had earned enough cachet and interest in because of the past that they had built. You knew who the bullies were in the Big 12. Well, they went away, and now there's a void. Look at the 2 best leagues in the country. The SEC and the Big 10. Do those leagues have bullies? You bet they do.
Yeah.
You bet they do and have. How many different teams have won SEC championships over the last 20 years?
Oh, we did it. It was like 7, right? Or something like that. It was like over 60 years, like 7 teams. It was something stupid. But either way, like,
look at the Big 10. How many different champions?
Right. It's a short list.
Indiana has emerged, but they're not the best. It's Ohio State,
right.
It's Michigan, and it's Penn State.
That's why this particular article was hilarious to me today. I sent it to you guys because I was like, we have to laugh about this. Blame NIL, but that's not the full telling of the story. You can blame the transfer portal and transfer free agency. You can blame Nick Saban's retirement. Blame the combination of all these things. But the SEC lacks a clear-cut national champion frontrunner. The SEC football needs a bully, and they don't have it. And it's this big, long story about, can you believe what's happened to the SEC? And I went, boo freaking who. And so I wanted to know, it's not just in the SEC, those things that we just said. Okay? The NIL stuff and the transfer portal stuff, fine. All those things that are there is hilarious to me because in the end, we look at Texas Tech and what do we say? Texas Tech, oh my gosh, those guys, they are the new standard of how this is done. Why? Because they got Cody Campbell. He's a cajillionaire. He's a billionaire throwing money at the program. Yeah, but you know who has billionaires and throws money at the program? Alabama. I don't even know if they have a singular. What I'm saying is Alabama doesn't lack in paying their guys. Georgia doesn't lack in paying their guys. Texas definitely doesn't lack in paying their guys. Texas A&M doesn't. And yet, what's interesting is, ask Florida. With Florida, are they lacking in paying their guys? Nope. What are they lacking in? So they have the money that comes into the program. That's not the only thing you need. So all the people who go, well, the Big 12 just doesn't have the same money that the SEC does. Oh, now Texas Tech does. Well, that's why they're good. Do you notice that all these programs, they all have money? By the way, this is the most money that Texas has ever had, and this is the worst they've been in 5 years. Right? They're paying the most money to a quarterback that they've ever paid, and frankly, that maybe anybody has ever paid in the history of college football ever. At least on paper, that's the case. $10 million is what they say for Arch Manning this year. Has he been worth it? He's ranked either 12, 13, 14, or 15 in most quarterback statistical rankings across the entire board, the ones that matter.
In the SEC.
In the SEC, the guy who matters the most to a team in the entire country is the freaking worst, right? Now, by the way, Texas has to put together the rest of the team. They have to play their butts off, too. They're not. Florida stinks. Fine. They have money. Georgia's got money. They just lost at home to Alabama. Alabama's got money, and everybody says the program's dead. So which one is it, JJ? Money solves all the issues? Has the transfer portal, are they not able to get the pickings of what they want? Is it just because the reverse order of it is people are leaving because... But the people who leave are the ones who don't play and get paid. And those are supposed to be the talented ones. So how is it? I don't understand what the reality is. Because the SEC now, I just thought this article is hilarious. And by the way, we're seeing it happen in the Big Ten. Penn State, thank you. It's been fun for the past 18 months. You will not be good for a while again. Because James Franklin's probably going to get fired over the next 8 months, 10 months. And they're going to have to start over from zero. There's a lot I'm saying at once here, JJ, for you to take in. But do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These big conferences, looks like they might not have a bully anymore. And it might not be as top-heavy anymore.
Well, the bullies can change. Who the bullies are can change.
Absolutely.
Who's the best team in the SEC right now as we speak? It might be Ole Miss.
Yeah.
It might be Ole Miss. And these opportunities have allowed other teams to emerge that are willing to spend. I'm looking at the top 10 teams in NIL spending this year. And, you'll take from this what you will, but ultimately I think the top spenders win. Texas is 3-2 right now. They're the top spender in NIL, and now they're unranked. But it could be that they spent the money on the wrong person, or Arch Manning hasn't worked out, or whatever the reason might be.
You guess across the entire board wrong on all the money you're paying?
Well, that's an organizational issue.
But this is a guy, Coach Sarkisian, who knows talent.
But perhaps people were just so enamored with the fact that the kid was a Manning that they misevaluated how good he was. I think talent evaluations should be better than ever because of the ability for everyone's videos to be out there on social media, etc. Yet it feels like we're having more mistakes than ever. If you look at the list of top recruits, like top quarterback classes recently, there's a lot of misses. There's a lot of kids that have bounced around and floated around. Just look at the Malachi Nelson kid who ended up at UTEP when he was, the Rashada kid.
On his fourth.
There's a long list of guys.
Yeah.
You go back and look at the quarterback classes in the last 3 or 4 years when things should be, when there should be no stone unturned, and it's never been more cloudy. But I'm looking at the list. After Texas, you go Texas Tech, 5-0. Ohio State, 5-0. Oregon, 5-0. Texas A&M, 5-0. Miami, 5-0. Michigan, 4-1. USC, 4-1. Tennessee, 4-1. Auburn rounds it out at 3-2. But even Auburn had, they've had some good wins. Yeah, there's some tech between Texas and Auburn. Those are the two teams that have 2 losses. But other than that, that's a pretty darn good record. These teams that are spending the most are getting results. Texas aside. Penn State's not on that list.
Yeah, I get it.
LSU's not on that list, which is interesting to me. There's some teams that are not in that top 10. The thing we learned from this is the teams that are spending the most are getting results. But these teams in the SEC, I guess, are slow to come around on what they want to do or what they're supposed to do, or they never had those kind of resources from the get-go to match somebody like Texas Tech, who now is a billionaire contributing. They had the boosters. They had people that supported, but not on that scale. Mm-hmm. This is a much different scale now that we're talking about. Michigan has boosters with insane amount of money. You know what I mean? Ohio State. Those Midwest boosters, that's different kind of money than what you've seen in the SEC. There's just more passion in the SEC. More people are wrapped up in it. More people care about it. Okay? It just means more, right? That's what we've always been told.
I just don't know.
It just means more. Only gets you so far in 2025 if you don't have the dollars to go along with it. And Alabama and Georgia and LSU aren't in that top 10. Are they? Ole Miss, not in that top 10. Somehow Auburn got in there. And they're spending, but where are the SEC teams other than Texas A&M in that list I read off? Tennessee's 9th.
So it turns out, so are there any Big 12 teams in there besides
just Texas Tech?
Yeah.
Just Texas Tech. And then you look, but to your point, we look at the standings in the Big 12. Who's ranked 9th in the country, undefeated, 5-0? It's Texas Tech. So suddenly we said, who's the bully that's going to emerge in the Big 12?
But then you have BYU, who I don't know what their spending is on whatever their roster is. But Cincinnati, do you think they're spending a cajillion dollars across their roster? There's no way.
But are they playoff contenders? Which teams in the Big 12 right now do we take seriously as a playoff contender?
kind of just one. Right?
There's only one, and
that's
why is that?
And that's why all the pundits
And
are
you
only
saw
putting.
him up close at Rice-Eccles Stadium this year. You saw that defensive front bully one of what we were told was the best offensive line in the country.
Yeah. By the way,
money
they go home.
well spent for Texas Tech.
By the way, they go home for like the rest of the season. I feel
Their
like.
schedule is cake. They will likely be undefeated. They will probably run the table.
Good for them. Good for them.
And BYU sitting there saying, "Hey, what about us?" Well, you're gonna have to go down to Lubbock, and prove it. You'll get your chance. You'll get your shot.
They got to go to Ames. They got to go to Cincinnati, who all now look at and they got to play TCU at home, and they got to play Utah at home. Like, good luck going 3-3 in that stretch.
Aaron Roderick said it this week, and I've agreed. We've been saying it. That 6-game stretch from Arizona to Cincinnati
toughest
is
in
ending
BYU
up to
history.
be one of the toughest stretches that this school's ever had to face.
In BYU history.
And I agree with that.
And of course it's true. Yeah, because back in the day it was like throw a UTEP in the middle of there. Throw New Mexico.
No, we got New Mexico after that. After we got to play TCU, we got New Mexico and we got UTEP or whatever. No, this is different. This is a different world that BYU and Utah live in. And you're witnessing it. And we said it at Big 12 Media Days this year. You and I talked about it. Who's going to be the bully? Why not BYU and Utah? Well, you got to have the resources. Because what I just listed there, money equals wins. That's just a fact.
Yep.
Doesn't promise them, but you're not going to get those wins without it.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll got more to go around the corner. Stay here, 97.5 The KSL Sports Zone.
Let's go! Complete game coverage of the Cougars is right here on the KSL Sports Zone. The Cougars head to Tucson for a battle against the Arizona Wildcats. Your home for the best coverage of Cougar football is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. You're locked on to JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Welcome on in, everybody. JJ and Alex, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. It's your hot and cold segment. Despite the fact that Katy Perry didn't bring us in from the break.
That's a mistake that we will rectify in the future.
That's fine. I'll take my Katy Perry sweatshirt off and just save it for tomorrow. It's fine.
She back from space yet?
Did
she make it home safe?
Hey, she's definitely somewhere, I'll tell you that. It ain't here. It ain't on planet Earth.
First Billboard chart superstar to ever make it into space.
That's right.
Congratulations, Katy Perry.
Our Hot and Cold today is an NFL edition of Hot and Cold. It's brought to you by the good folks at Enbridge Gas. Prep for winter. Get a furnace inspection from a certified heating contractor to check for safety and efficiency. Reminder from Enbridge Gas. All right. After last night's game between who was it? A couple crappy teams. It was at least one bad team, the Chiefs. Taking on the Jaguars. The Chiefs are now 2-3 on the season, and they look a little bit lost, and they've been adding better talent. I will say this was not a great football game. It did go down to the wire. It went back and forth. You had amazing singular plays, like Devin Lloyd's 99-yard touchdown pick six was amazing. Awesome. We did not think, if we're talking about people who we owe an apology to, the Jacksonville Jaguars are firm. It's not even Jacksonville. It's Liam Cohen that you own it. Because I was like, I was on Team Liam Cohen from the beginning. You know,
right? You were not. We were all clowning this guy. I was like, why'd they hire this bum?
They hired a big old weirdo.
He's strange.
A big old weirdo. Just his press conference was dumb. He looked like he has a dumb face.
Now he's walking around on the sideline with those sunglasses on, looking like a tough guy.
But more importantly, they're
flexing his muscles at 4-1.
More importantly, they're coming into the locker room and they're cheering everything on, and we owe you an apology. We owe you an apology, Duval County. I will say too, what was cool was before the game when they're like, "Hey," and he was on like his weekly coaches show or whatever it was on the local radio station. And he goes, "We need Duval County out here. We need this. We need Jacksonville down here, man. We need everybody here." We need you here. We need you a part of this. We need to make this thing big time. And I thought, that kind of is cool because the NFL can get caught up sometimes in just being a television product. And a lot of these stadiums, like you go there, and it doesn't matter if it's the Super Bowl anymore anyway. It's just crazy because to me, when you're telling the neighbor, and when you have the performance that you do and your fans do show up, then it's a big deal. It's a massive deal. So despite the fact that they might not necessarily be all the way up in the power rankings, I think that respecting a team like the Jacksonville Jaguars, you got to be pretty excited about it. All right, so let's just go top 10. Right, first of all, let's go bottom 5, and then we'll go top 10. Does that sound okay for
in the NFL?
For hot and cold?
Sounds good.
Bottom 5.
My bottom 5 in the NFL right now?
No, I'm just going to go off of this list that I have in front of me.
Okay.
And you tell me if this is true or not.
All right.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is bottom 5. Giants, the 5th worst. The Titans, the 4th worst. The Saints have moved up, and they're only the 3rd worst. The 2nd worst team in the entire league is the Miami Dolphins. And then according to this list, at least CBS Sports, the Jets are number 1, absolute poo-poo.
Yes, at 0-5, the only winless team in the league, I would agree on the Jets. I think you have to give the Titans and Saints some love this week. I would move them up, and I would drop 2 teams down there in that group.
Are you going to put the Raiders, your Raiders, in there?
The Raiders.
The Raiders suck.
They do.
Poor
They're
Geno
bad.
Smith.
Geno Smith's bad. They got to go down there. You know who else has to go down there? The Baltimore Ravens.
Uh-oh. They're 1-4, right?
It's one thing to lose, but they're getting their butts kicked right now.
Yes. And I know that people are like, yeah, but wait. Got to get Lamar back.
Don't care.
But Lamar got him to 1-3.
No excuse.
Lamar got him to 1-3.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry got him to 1-3. Like, I know they've had injuries, but even when those guys were 100%, they were not good. So a good thought. The Ravens. I would say the Browns are also part of the conversation.
Because if we're talking about hot and cold, it's what have you done for me lately?
Yes.
And I'm feeling a big chill from those 2 teams I just mentioned, more so than the Titans and Saints who overachieved this weekend. Give them some love. Somehow the Browns are avoiding slander too. They stuck.
Hey.
They just traded Joe Flacco to the Bengals. And the Bengals deserve some consideration. So do the Cardinals.
I will say
the Cardinals
just
game.
Off of last week alone could be in that freezing cold category.
They started so well to the season.
All right, let's go hot. Hey, guess who came into the top 10 for the first time this year? Your Denver Broncos.
That's right.
Broncos
beat
at
the
10.
Super Bowl champs on the road.
Why not? Why not?
Put them in there.
Broncos at 10. The only 3-2 team in the top 10. Out of the top 10 this week was the LA Rams. Poor Alex Napolis, our producer. Sorry about that, man. Broncos 10, 49ers 9, Jaguars 8. And you can't argue with it, not just because of looking hot last night. They also are 4-1.
Duval.
The best record in all of the NFL is 4-1.
Yeah.
No one's undefeated. So,
and they're one play away from being undefeated. They blew it against the Bengals.
The Packers coming off of a bye week, but also coming off of a tie against the Dallas Cowboys. They're at 7. I'll allow it for this week.
Nobody started better, but the last 2 games have been meh.
The Colts are number 6 in the power rankings of the NFL, and I can argue that there might not be a hotter team right now because of where the expectations were on the cold level, right?
They are hot as hot can be.
And 40 points, going 40-6 against the, let me check my notes here. Any idea who they beat 40-6 over the weekend, the Colts? Can't remember. It's a joke. It was the Raiders.
Is Lloyd
Sorry,
in there?
Lloyd.
He ran away during the segment.
Doesn't pay off as much.
Lloyd got busy suddenly.
Yeah,
sure.
He's shuffling papers around.
Sure. Oh, I got to take care of some stuff outside of the studio here.
Did you say power rankings in the NFL? I'm out.
I'm very busy.
Okay, so the Colts are 6. Steelers are 5. I would say now
Too
again
high.
they're just coming off of a bye.
Too high.
Too high. I agree. Fine. The Buccaneers 4, and I would say because of their performance over the last couple of weeks that I could even stand putting them higher. The Bills are at 3 after being number 1 for the last few weeks, or number 2 the last few weeks. I don't know if dinging them only one spot is enough. after you lose at home to the Patriots and a Drake May-led Patriots team.
It wasn't a good night for the Buffalo Bills.
Eagles are still number 2, and then up to number 1 is the Detroit Lions. That I don't necessarily hate that idea. Bunch of 4-1 teams.
I'll tell you a case that can be made for the Lions. Since that opening loss to the Packers, where they lost 27-13, they scored 52 against the Bears, 38 against the Ravens, 34 against the Browns, who have a very, very good defense, by the way, and 37 against the Bengals.
It's like a stretch of 4 games that is like one of the highest in 4 games in
when you
NFL
want to talk
history.
about hot, the Lions are the hottest
right
team.
I think the Eagles and
the
Bills.
NFL.
The Eagles and Bills could have both slipped down the list even further.
For sure.
Because the Buccaneers are playing some great football. The Colts are playing phenomenally
terribly hot
football.
if you lost this week.
Yeah.
In games where you were big favorites.
Okay, there's your hot and cold segment brought to you by Enbridge Gas. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We've got more. Oh, boy, guess what I have for you? A would you rather that you don't want to miss? And it's an inspired one for today. It's unique to today only, okay? Stay here. More to go. 97.5 VKSL Sports Zone.
Listen, everybody. Real-life hypotheticals to get your brain churning. As JJ and Alex ask, would you rather?
I'm sure we'll get to it a little bit later about the particulars of LeBron James's just stunning announcement today. Now, yesterday, when the news broke that he was going to make a major announcement,
A second decision.
when he announced that he was going to make a second decision, and we're trying to figure out what it is, I should have known. Like and now we were like, this is something stupid, right? And then it was like, yeah. But I thought it was going to be basically him just getting some attention and saying, I'm back, baby. I'm going to come back and play this year. And we're like, we already knew that. And so one of the things that was a great guess by our producer, Alex Napolis, for once, was that, hey, tomorrow, by the way, meaning today, is National Taco Day. Obviously, he's got his, I don't know if his contract is up with Taco Bell. Don't know. Today is Tuesday. His whole thing with Taco Tuesday, we know the thing, and our producer, Alex Napolis, is like, probably something with Taco Bell. And we were like, oh, that's a phenomenal. And it wasn't, okay? We'll get into the stupidity of it later. I don't even want to mention it necessarily, but it just makes me mad that the opportunity was there and that our producer, Alex Napolis, even saw it. He's not a marketing director. Maybe he should be. And say, hey, we should have taken advantage of this.
Tacos sound good right now.
I know. It's freaking, I am hungry right now for tacos. It's a Taco Tuesday. I know what we're doing at our house when I get home. Has to be something taco adjacent. At the very least, taco salad. I don't know. Just drink straight out of a Cholula bottle just to feel like I get my kicks. You know, come on. So instead, for our would you rather today, because I thought for sure we were going to be going down this road, but I'm going to go down this road anyway. I have in front of me, JJ, the most popular. Now I say the most popular, the most missed discontinued Taco Bell items.
Ooh.
Okay. And so I'm going to ask you if any of these would melt your gordita.
I was a big fan of the gordita, by the way.
Don't dare look at me. Don't you dare. So the Gordita Supreme happens to be one of the items that's been discontinued. I thought if you would have asked me, the Gordita would have still been, because it got replaced by the Chalupa. Any questions why? It's a fried Gordita, right? I mean, that's essentially what they did.
So we made an unhealthy option, and we made it even more unhealthy.
Yes. So,
and the people prefer the fried version.
The Gordita Supreme or the Mexi Melt, which is just a soft taco.
The Gordita Supreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
The Gordita Supreme or the Bell Beefer.
The Bell Beefer?
Do you know what the Bell Beefer is?
Is that what you do after you eat Taco Bell?
No, but I'll tell you would after this. I'm telling you.
No.
The Bell Beefer is their version of a taco hamburger.
Oh,
It was the taco.
What a failure that was. I don't even know what it is.
It was the taco hamburger.
Still the Gordita Supreme.
Yeah. It was a burger that was topped with a semi-formed patty. Nobody wants to hear
That's
semi-formed.
Not great.
That was made of
No
the
wonder
taco
it didn't
meat.
work
It was
out.
made of the taco meat. Okay. The double-decker taco, classic.
Yes, still going with the Gordita, but
All
the
right.
double-decker taco is not a bad idea.
All right. The 7-layer burrito,
Oh, my gosh.
since been discontinued, one of the classics.
Which is shameful.
I know.
Absolutely shameful.
I know.
When I was growing up, especially when I was in college, the 7-layer was my go-to.
Oh, yeah.
Loved the 7-layer, and they were cheap. Bring back the 7-layer burrito, Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going 7-layer, baby.
Nice. My favorite part is it's a vegetarian option.
7-layer is?
Yeah, I guess so.
There's no meat in the 7-layer?
A classic 7-layer. A classic.
Have I been tricked into liking something that
I
doesn't have
think
meat in it?
You know what? Hey, bring
I
on
feel
everybody.
deceived.
This actually was this was an intervention. Bring them all out. JJ,
Oh, my gosh.
you actually are a vegetarian. You didn't know it. You didn't know it.
I probably spent a year of college eating
yeah.
veggies only
Okay.
because I was eating the 7-layer.
The enchilada, which is a unique combination of corn. It was,
If you have to explain it
I know.
to
But
remind
listen,
us what it is.
I will say this though: they put Fritos inside of it. Pretty darn good.
I'm a sucker for anything with Fritos in it.
I am too.
I really am.
Fritos.
Just eating Fritos out of a
I
bag,
know.
don't love it.
I know.
You put Fritos in a bowl and top it with chili?
Yes.
I'm all in.
See, in Texas, when I was a kid, don't shake your head at us like you're better than us.
Don't judge me. Do not
How
judge
dare
me.
you. So when I was in Texas, of course, as a kid, every concession stand at every football game ever had the Frito pie.
Yeah. You
Which
just take
was-
the bag open, you pour chili in it.
Yes, and then you throw
Genius.
cheese on it. And in Texas, you gotta have the white onion. Even the kids at the
Oh,
concession
yeah.
stand had the white onion.
Oh, yeah.
But the enchilada for me is the one that wins. The beefy crunch taco.
It's okay. It's not. It doesn't top 7-layer or Gordita Supreme.
Those are the and people might be asking, what about the Hans Olsen special, the Mexican pizza? It comes back enough, and they actually have it coming out this year again. It's basically turned into their McRib, right? The Rib Witch.
Gross.
I know.
I'm perplexed and confused and actually saddened that the 7-layer burrito is no longer on the Taco Bell menu.
The loaded grillers.
I thought I knew you, Taco Bell.
Loaded grillers are honorable mention.
Loaded grillers.
The bell beefer, of course, like I said. The enchilada, like I said. The grilled steak soft taco also is highly demanded, and it might come back according to Taco Bell executives. Don't forget the black taco, the black taco. I did a year when I was doing BYU
believe
pre and
that.
post game shows. The black taco. Taco Bell bought tons of BYU football advertising, and
Yeah.
I had to read a black taco read for like a full season.
Really?
Come on down here, Taco Bell. Get the black taco. All right.
I could go for a Choco Taco right now.
Also, discontinued.
Dang it.
Okay. No, like in America, right? Didn't we have to we don't have the taco?
There's no longer anything. There's no longer Choco Tacos anywhere?
No.
What kind of world do we live in today?
Apparently less fat.
No wonder everyone's
Lower fat.
angry and hates each
I
other.
know. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We've got more to go around the corner. Stay with us, 97.5. The KSL Sports. And before I get out, it's a Win Ticket Wednesday coming up tomorrow. Don't think that I forgot you out there who's listening. You can get yourself some free tickets. Fast Pass VIP tickets to Nightmare on 13th. One location, 200 attractions. Nightmare on 13th, where Halloween lives. Get $10 off of nighttime attractions just by using the discount code ZONE. Or listen all day long tomorrow for your chance to win on a Win Ticket Wednesday. More to go, 97.5 KSL Sports Zone.